change lives through building successful and sustainable nonprofit organizations. Some of the nonprofit organizations that I've worked with in the past and currently work with include the Steve and Margie Harvey Foundation, Ricky Smiley Foundation, YMCA, Chef G. Garvin Foundation, Boys and Girls Club. But you know what I found? Regardless as to the size of a nonprofit organization, they still share the same baseline principles for success. Regardless as to the size of a nonprofit organization.
How's it going? How are you today?
I am great. How are you?
Let me tell you, I'm doing good. Now, listen, we have a slight delay in our audio, so as we're talking, it might be a delay, but no worries. Let me tell you something. And I want to say this: I'm really excited to be able to have you here. You know, just the work that you're doing is just absolutely phenomenal. Sheila, I just want to tell you, you know, for the work that you do, for the sacrifices that you make daily, you know, for others. You know, I have the opportunity, and I'm blessed to be able to work with, you know, so many organizations. But you know, and I know it's not easy. So Sheila, I just wanted to pause right here just to tell you thank you so much for the work and all that you do with your organization. I really appreciate it and I applaud you. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Sheila, listen, let's dive right in. Just tell us about the organization. Let's dive in. Just
Right Side of 50 is a women's nonprofit organization. It was built actually on the basis of my struggles and my trials that I've went through. And until I was able to have a group of women stand behind me and push me into the direction that I needed to go, in the direction of things that I wanted to do, I felt like I was lost. I was going through a bad divorce, going through different situations. And once I found that base and those women to stand behind me, I was able to become very productive, and I haven't stopped since. So what Right Side of 50 does is it offers that to other women that are going through the same thing. So we are here, and we're not judgmental towards anyone. We want to welcome everyone in. We want to offer everyone courses so that they can learn to become self-resilient and be able to stand on their own.
Hey, you know what? And let me tell you this, because I know that, you know, a lot of, you know, men, a lot of women, children, just everyone, you know, sometimes can be in a really, you know, difficult place in their lives, a difficult moment, you know, with COVID and the economy that we're having. You know, it's a really challenging time. But I want to ask you, you know, what advice would you give, you know, women who are struggling or who are having challenges? You know, what kind of advice would you give, and what kind of support would you lend right now? Just what would you say to them?
Going through this pandemic of COVID and having to, I guess, seclude yourself in your home, you learn to find yourself. So the most thing that I can tell women is to have faith in yourself, invest in yourself, take time for yourself, and learn how to love yourself. Once you pull all of those together, there's nothing that you can't do.
And you know what? As a founder, as a CEO of a nonprofit organization, you know, I do know and I recognize that there are so many challenges that, you know, you have, you know, every day, just trying to, because you're working and, you know, board of directors and all of that good stuff. What has been the most single challenging part for you in running a nonprofit organization or leading a nonprofit organization?
I would say the single part that was the most difficult for me was thinking that I had everything in order and everything in place, because I completely find time for it. Even though I am working full time, I dedicate myself to it because it's something that I want to do. So you have a lot of people that jump up out here and they want to start a nonprofit, they want to start a business, but you have to have that passion behind you. You have to have that story, that reason, that cause behind you for wanting to do it. That's the only way that you're going to make it work. And my passion is helping other women.
And you know what? You said something that was so important. Angela James just chimed in and said, "Proud of my sister, I love you." Genevieve said, "The power of encouragement." Shadana is here. Uh, I got somebody say, "Look at Mama, man." Listen, hey, listen. If you want to just drop an encouraging word, to Sheila, because right now, having a nonprofit organization, it takes a lot of work. It takes time. It takes dedication. And so, a lot of times people need, that level of dedication so that they can go to the next level. And so I just want to think, we got somebody else said, your passion, I believe, and I always want to give you this encouragement that, as you're operating and, running operating your day-to-day operations of the organization, what I always want to say to you, Sheila, regardless of however challenging it gets, however frustrating it gets, I want to just encourage you to keep going. And here's why. Because Halima just chimed in and said, each one teach one, is the reason why that obviously you can't give up, because there's so many people that are relying on you. There's so many women, there's so many families, there's so many children who are relying on the services that you provide to make sure, that those not only that you provide, but that you're giving words of encouragement to others. But let me ask you this: has there ever been a point, man, I just want to give up. I'm done. Has it ever been? Have you ever had that? No.
Yeah, it hasn't been the point of working with others. It was the point of the paperwork. And I felt like I was hitting the wall. But I said, you know what? The higher that mountain, I'm either going to go over that mountain or I'm going to go through it. And I have women that started out with me. I don't know what year this was. My daughter was in junior high school. And these women, Halima is one of them, they have been down the road with me for so many years. And they know that once I say I'm going to do something, I do it and I accomplish it. So if that mountain or that hill gets too high, Sheila's going to move it. Sheila's going to make a way and I'm going to make it happen. Because I see that there's too many women out here that are struggling. There are too many women out here that just need an encouraging word. Women can talk to you, but it doesn't mean that you have to always say something back. And I've learned that that's a gift, because I get that all day, every day. And they're not coming to me sometimes for advice. And you have to learn how to just listen to someone. And to see myself building this from brick to brick, mortar to mortar, and watching everything fall into place now, where I didn't let the city or the state hold me back from what it is that I want to do. I won't say that it's overwhelming, but I'm humbled by seeing how many people are starting to see my vision and to see my kids, to continue to be able to make my children proud of me. That's the best part right there, because at the end of the day, I want to leave my children a legacy. I want them to be able to say, well done.
Wow. One of the reasons why I enjoy working with you, and over the past 90 days, you have grown exponentially. So many things. But one of the reasons why I really appreciate working with you is because of your passion. Um, your passion is so evident about everything that you do. I remember, you was working on a design, and we talked about a design, and then you was awarded a grant from a particular organization, and I was on the phone and you cried, and I felt your passion and I felt your heart. And Sheila, the reason why you're going to continue to be successful is because of your passion, is because of your determination, is because of your desire. And not only because of your desire and your passion, but because now you have so many people that are coming alongside of you to say, hey, listen, I want to be part of this. I believe in you. And that was one of the reasons why I said, you know what? I want to, because I work with a lot of clients, I work with a lot of nonprofit organizations. And when you and I connected, I said there was something special about you and what you were doing, because it was just starting. But I said, if we can just give you an extra push, I know that you would make it to the next level. And so I'm just proud to even be on this live with you and just, to share and just hear your passion, talking every week, every month. But I'm proud of you. And I just want to say that, like I said, you have an opportunity to work with so many nonprofit organizations. And the one thing that I see that separates the good from the great is the leader's passion. And you certainly have that, but not just your passion. I had an opportunity to be on that call with your board of directors, and you have an amazing team who was walking alongside of you.
Yes.
If
I could not do this if it wasn't for my team. I'm not going to start calling names because I don't want to leave anyone out, but they all know who they are. And they've worked behind me so hard. And they, from the beginning, when I said, okay, Right Side of 50 is going to become a company. And I'm going to say this one name because she was right there with me. And that's Lisa DeShears. And we started out and not knowing what we were doing, but we knew that we were going to do it. It was an uphill battle, but we started getting things together. We were just selling t-shirts and putting stuff out and just setting up tables, doing community service, just to let people know that we were here. And they started connecting, and we just sat back in awe. And then down the road, I started seeing you on Facebook, Derrick. And I said, I need to connect with someone that's going to help me to finish getting everything lined up. And I saw the program that you were offering. And I said, you know what? If I'm telling other women to invest in their self, then I have to invest in myself. And I stepped out on faith and I said, I'm going to walk with him and see what it is and see what doors he can open for me. And you have. You helped me to become compliant. You have helped me to win grants. You have helped me to do fundraisers, which are going on right now. Please check out my website, rightside50.com. I wouldn't be a president if I did not throw that plug in there. So I just want you to know that. But Derrick, I thank you for all that you have done and all that you're continuing to do for me. I thank you.
Hey, listen, I really appreciate those words. I honestly believe that Ricky Smiley said something to me about 3 years ago that I'll never forget. He said, Derrick, the more God can get through you, the more he'll give to you. And that was so powerful to me. So I just look at myself just as a vessel, because I know the work that I'm doing, I'm just fulfilling the call that's on my life to be able to help others. As I'm getting it and as it flowing, I'm just flowing out. And I want to say, Lisa said, you have worked your gift, your gift made room for you. Come on, Lisa, I like that one. And you know what? I honestly believe that when we continue, even everyone who is on this live right now, who's watching this, make sure everybody, make sure you tag everybody, because this is absolutely phenomenal. One of the things that I believe that separates, I said it earlier, those who are good from great is passion. And so you have that passion, and I just want to encourage everyone. There's a fundraising campaign that's happening right now, rightside50.com. Go to the website. It's on the screen. Make sure you make a contribution to support. But not only that, volunteerism is huge. And you don't have to be, although the organization is based in Atlanta, you don't have to be in Atlanta to volunteer, because you can get some administrators, some virtual
You don't have
administrators.
to be in Atlanta.
But let me ask you.
That's right.
Start talking about, Sheila. What are some of the needs that you have as you're operating Right Side of 50, just so that people have an understanding of some of the things that you're needing, and maybe they can align with what you need.
The main need that I need right now is volunteers, because what we're trying to do, what our campaign is about, it's about being able to build our virtual workshops that we're going to have and offer to women. So I really need volunteers that want to train and want to do a workshop within their career, something that would help a woman to become employed. Okay, that is what I really need right now. I need volunteers. So anyone, whether you're in education, whether you work with finance, whether it doesn't matter which background you have, as long as you have something that you can bring to a woman that she can use. That's what we're looking for. I'm even looking for counselors if you want, and you want to do evaluations on something. Oh, you get me started talking, Derrick. I'm gonna get
Hey, listen, you keep going. Listen, hey, I want you to go. I want you to go, because this is your time. I think someone said it. Someone said it earlier. I think it was Lisa. She said you have worked your gift until your gift made room for you, and that's all we're doing. As you're talking,
yes.
as you're putting it out there, it's just a gift, and it's just all in the room, and the space is coming. So yeah, one of the things that I honestly believe, a lot of times I think that we have not because we ask not, and so I think we just need to ask and just put it out there. So we already know there's a need for volunteers in all these different areas. Let me ask you this.
I need the volunteers. I do need the financial support, because we do get out here and we do feed women that need food. We do clothing drives. Everything that we do, we get essential items for women that are out here on the street. And while I'm bringing that up, we will be out doing community service on May the 1st for our women, for the mothers that are low income, that want to be able to go to church or to celebrate Mother's Day in any way, but don't have the proper clothes to wear. Right Side of 50 is going to be set up, and the flyer will be up on the website, rightsideof50.com. It will also be on my Facebook page, Right Side of 50, where it's given the address and the location. We will be giving away clothes. We will be giving away handbags, makeup pouches, just everything for mothers, everything for women on that day, Saturday, May the 1st, from 10 to 1.
So that mothers can have
my work has just begun. It's
Oh man, this is awesome. So you're doing this so that mothers can have the things they need. So let me say this. There's a young lady. Her name is Sonia Ashley, and she has an amazing organization, Fabulous on Purpose. I'm going to connect you. I see her on here. I'm going to connect you and her, because she has a clothing closet. But then, in addition to that, there's another individual that I'm going to connect you with, who's going to be able to help you with a whole lot of shoes, clothes, food for the women. So I'm going to make sure that I get that connection for you. You know what? Do you ever get discouraged? And if so, what is it that keeps you going as you work in the nonprofit?
I don't get discouraged in it. What keeps me going is a Bible verse that I try to go back to all the time. And I want to make sure that I'm reading it right. I don't want to say it wrong. Serve with your whole heart, as if serving the Lord, not people. Ephesians 6 and 7. That's what keeps me going.
It is. I like
I'm
that.
not doing this for me. Yes, I'm not doing it for me. It's a work that God has put in me.
Listen. Let's blow this Mother's Day project out the
And who
water.
am I to rob God? If this is what He's leading me to do, then this is what I have to do.
Hey, hey, Sheila,
Yes.
let's blow this whole this Mother's Day project out the water. If anyone wants to be able to support, whether you're going to watch this, if you want to support the Mother's Day project, and I just want to repeat it, if you just chimed in or you're going to watch it on the rebroadcast, what Sheila says she's doing on Mother's Day, she said it's important for her that mothers uh, feel good about themselves on Mother's Day, having something to wear to church, having clothes to wear to church. So what Sheila is doing with Right Side of 50 is she is have an initiative, as I understand, that is going to that women have these things. But if you're interested in partnering, rightsideof50.com, make sure that right.com. And then also I'll make sure that I put in the social media handles so that you can follow her. Sheila, you know what? There comes a point in time that that we all have our own story. Can you go into a little bit of the story of why
Right.
you started that side of 50?
A lot of people look at the name Right Side of 50 and they think that it's an organization that's only for women that are 50 and over. And that is completely wrong. Right Side of 50 means you can find your right self on either side of that 50. Just so happens with me, I didn't find myself until I reached 50. There was so much when you're a young girl and you're growing up, you always have that yearning and that want, no matter who it is that's raising you, for your father. I did not find out who my birth father was until I was 52. So I've been able to walk in that and now feel proud of knowing who I am. Through not knowing that, I've been through bad marriages, I've been abused. I'm not going to talk about the paraphernalia. But I'm able to stand here in my truth now and to be able to help other women and let them know you do not have to be ashamed of anything that you go through. And to take your trial, to take your struggle, and to turn it into promise of helping someone else. That's where the gist of Right Side of 50 comes from. Right Side of 50 is me.
Man, I love your passion. Like your passion for what you do is contagious. I am certain, and when we get off of this, I'm gonna make sure that I reach out to someone who's gonna be a huge blessing to you and your organization. And I also see Sonia and somebody else chimed on and somebody got you. There are going to be contributions. There are gonna be people who are gonna chime in and say they want to support. I see. Listen, first of all, again, I just want to thank you very much for hanging out with me over these past 25 minutes time. Before we close, is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
I want to thank you for dealing with me for 90 days. So I thank you so much. Once again, everyone, please, if you have not been to the website, please go to our new website, rightsideof50.com, which I myself have built with the team of my board members behind me. I'm an undercover nerd. Yes, I love working on computers. And like I said, I will not take the answer of no. If I want it done, I'm going to get it done. Please take a look. Please check out our 2021 Off to a Fresh Start campaign. We're looking for all the support, all the need that we can get. so that we can get these women acclimated to working and to be off the system.
Sheila, listen, thank you so much, so much. I really appreciate taking the time, man. It's always good
Thank
talking to
you.
you. Listen, you have a good day. I'll talk to you later, all right?
Thank you, Derrick.
All right.
I'm Derrick
right.
Hill, and I change lives through building successful
right.
and sustainable nonprofit organizations. Some of the nonprofit organizations that I've worked with in the past and currently work with include the Steve and Margie Harvey Foundation, Ricky Smiley Foundation, YMCA, Chef G. Garvin Foundation, Boys and Girls Club. But you know what I found? Regardless as to the size of a nonprofit organization, they still share the same baseline principles for success.